Howdy cunts, welcome back. We're taking a look at the Quanta Vandal today. Figured I'd start this one a bit differently. I always, welcome to the test room. No, it's just, this is what we're doing today. I call this weapon the Scorpion. I don't know why, I think it's just because of that top bit. But this has become one of my favourite weapons. I've really enjoyed using this weapon. I bought it about 4 years ago. I remember that from Barrowed, and maybe it wasn't that long ago. I bought it ages ago. I got it to level 30 and I didn't like it, and then I got rid of it. But then they reworked beams, and because I didn't like it, I never bought it. And then one day I just bought it because I had all the space. Got it to level 30 and left it there. And then I thought, actually, hang on, Amprax is really fucking good. Ignis is really good. Glaxion is busted. Let's build the Vandal properly. So that's what I did, and yeah, it's really good. So today I have 3 builds I'm going to show you. All are basically the same bar one mod. So this, as you can see, is disgusting. This is the build I use the most. I think this build is just better. But I also like, I don't mind high fire rate weapons, so this beam is using this build, sorry, not beam, this build is using vial acceleration for that fire rate. It's never a bad thing to put in your builds. Vial acceleration is, but it's a make or break mod. So for some weapons it'll make them, for other weapons it doesn't do anything to break them. But for this, it works. You know, so far, I think this is the build that, yeah. Out of all the builds I'm going to show you, this is the one I think that I prefer the most. But I have used the other 3, and they are really good. All of them. They all work. They all do their own thing, and they're really good. So without armor, that's what you'd expect. No armor, no problem. With armor, also no problem. Don't worry yourself, son. Look at that. Oof. So yeah, if you're an Ash main, give it a look-see. It's really good. I'll show you the builds at the end once I've done all this. So this is the build I'm going to recommend. I'm not going to do this for everyone, obviously. I'll just show you what it's like. Otherwise, this video is going to be like 40 minutes long. If I'm to swap builds and do this with every single one of these buffer frames, I'm not going to bother. I need fucking energy, don't I? I'm going to do a favour. Like in like a year's time, once I've built all the weapons, we're going to play a shot game. Every time I fucking forget to pick up energy on my Rhino. You can see, not an issue at all. You can take out 6 heavy gunners in under, or with 1 mag, with a Rhino buff, which is 152%. That's really, fuck off. Warband. Again, for those of you that don't know, I do this because some people might have Vauban and they want to see what it's like with the Vauban buff. Some people might have Rhino, blah blah blah. Let's see, with Vauban, 45%. It's basically the normal build, but a little bit better with Vauban. Obviously, Vauban isn't built for buffing, that's just an added bonus. Yeah, this weapon does have a secondary fire, but I don't even bother. It takes 10 shots. If you shoot them again, they explode. I would completely ignore that. I don't like it. It doesn't do much. All it seems to do is knock over heavily armored enemies. It's just, some people will work it. I just, I can show you it now anyway. I have to get my growing power buff. But if I shoot all of these in, as you can see, it does do some damage. like that, and then explode. You can see it applies toxin. Not really. So we're super fire rate. Because this has fire rate on it. I mean, yeah, again, it's good. Whatever. No, I was gonna say whatever. I haven't found a quirk or a bad, anything wrong with this. It's just good. that's all there is. This weapon does have electric built into it already, so you don't even have to mod for electric, which is great. Yep. Nom 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 nom. So it's easy peasy. One thing I am going to do, I'm going to swap back to Wisp again, just to test something. So, this is the build I recommend. This is the build I use. This is my favourite build. But I will show you the other ones afterwards. So we've got Serration Heavy Caliber for damage. Split Chamber Vigilante Armaments for multi-shot. Point Strike Vital Sense for crit damage. And then Malignant Force for toxin. The weapon has built-in electric already, so that's your corrosive. And then Vial Acceleration for 90% fire rate. Now, yeah. Not have this, like, take this out. If that was high voltage, that's your bog standard beam build. This is pretty much what they all use, you know, standardly. This is like your bang average. That'll do. Get it on, built, done, finished. That is how that one works. But this build here, I'm using bladed rounds. Like I said, one of the most underappreciated mods in the game. That's the second build. As you see, everything else is the exact same. Every other mod is the exact same, in the exact same spot as well, not to confuse you. Just using bladed rounds. And then the third build is using hammer shot, the one that everybody memes. But 60% crit damage is putting us up to 6.7 on the multiplier and 90% status. So I'll show you with bladed rounds. I'll kill 4 without the buff, and then I'll kill 4 with, so you can see. So this is without the buff. Obviously you're not having Vial Acceleration, so you lose a bit of fire rate, but as you can see, because you've got 120% bonus damage with your crit damage, because that multiplier is so high, and that's super good. So I'm going to let this run out so you can see how quick it is without, and then with. See, now I'm using this one and just looking at it there, it looks like it does so much more than the other one, so that might be better than the other one, to be fair. That might be the main one, you know. Bladed rounds is so good on beams. On the Ignis Wraith, it's so good. And then, as you can see, on this one, hammer shot. So 6% crit damage, 40% status chance. Again, I'll do the same thing. I'll kill 4 without the buff, and then I'll kill 4 with, just so you can see what it's like with Wisp. Maybe if you play her. I mean, it's good. It is good. I feel like beams are so underappreciated. Fire rate. There you go. So yeah, there's things for you to try. I'd say alright, they're all good, so I'm going to let you pick. But I am going to do the stats based off of the first one. With the 90% from Vial Acceleration, because this one, I think, is... I'm torn between 1 and 2. 3 is good, but I love bladed rounds, so I'm a bit biased to bladed rounds. But I'm going to review it off of this, so I've already gone through the mods. Serration Heavy Caliber for damage, Split Chamber, Vigilante Armaments, Multi-Shot, Point Strike Vital Sense, crit chance, crit damage, Malignant Force with the built-in electric makes corrosive, Vial Acceleration for 90% fire rate. So we've got yeah, I'm just going to ignore secondary. Don't use secondary, it's pointless. Primary is the beam, so we've got 25.2 accuracy, 55% 28% crit chance, 5.3 times crit multiplier, 22.80 fire rate, 80 magazine, 5 multi-shot, fuck me, noise alarming, reload of 1.8 seconds, status slash projectile 72%. I think that's per. I'm not sure what the slash projectile means. That might be per the alt fire, maybe. I'm gonna say trigger is held because it's a beam. 86.3 corrosive. So it's just flat corrosive. There's nothing else getting in the way. There's no impact, puncture. There's nothing. It is pure corrosive. So against armored enemies, this is going to be amazing. So Grineer, corrupted. This is going to be the one to get them killed. And then secondary fire is the squares, which I completely just ignore them, but I'll, you know, we'll go through them anyway. 14.3 accuracy, 12.5% crit chance, 3.3 times crit multiplier, 7.60 fire rate, 80 magazine, 2.5 multi-shot, noise of alarming, 2-second reload, 41.6 status, and then semi for trigger because it's you have to tap the alt fire to get it to shoot out continuous, or to keep shooting. 664 corrosive, and then the explosion on that has no fall off, has 0.0% fall off, 0.50 range, so that's half a meter I believe, 373.5 toxin, and then 622.5 blast. So again, I just ignore alt fire. That's I've never used it. It's never saved my life, so I just completely ignore it. So yeah, I think this one is definitely one of those underrated ones. It's really good, and all beams are good, but this is good. This is good. So I would recommend. Well, they're all good. So if maybe you don't have Vile Acceleration, put Bladed Rounds on. If you don't have Bladed Rounds, put Hammer Shot on. You know, they all do the same thing. This is your option slot anyway, so maybe you've got something else you want to put there. Maybe you want to put on Speed Trigger because you don't want to lose the damage, even though it's not noticeable. Go for it. Hammer Shot, go for it. What's Combustion Beam, the one that makes them explode. That works. Sinister Reach if you want some more range. Chuck it on. Do your thing. That's your option if you wanted to. Where is it? Yeah, Bladed Rounds. Crit Delay. Don't use Crit Delay. That's the one. Combustion Beam. For lower level stuff, having them explode does a lot. It's like acid shells for the Sobek. It's, you know, for lower level stuff, it's really good. So yeah, there we go. The Quanta Vandal. 4 former, so it is a bit expensive, but that's pretty much average for most beams. They're all pretty much 4 or 5 former, so can't grumble, cannot grumble. So there you go, guys. If you did enjoy that, please leave a like, leave a dislike if you didn't. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the Vandal. Maybe you think this is your favourite beam. Let me know. Ribbons for this, I don't know. I can't imagine they're that expensive. I don't know what the disposition is. It's yeah, it's not a popular weapon, so you should be alright. I was trying to think of the word popular then. But you know, maybe if this is the first time you're going to use it, you know, let us know. If you've got ribbons, let me know. I'd be interested, and yeah, so that comment section is always open. We like saying that on this channel. Yeah, please subscribe if you're new and you like what you see. We're trying to reach 1,000 by the end of the year. It's going great so far, and I shall see you guys in the next one.